Exodus chapter 23, verse 1. You shall not spread a false report. You shall not join hands with a wicked man to be a malicious witness. You shall not fall in with the many to do evil, nor shall you be a witness in a lawsuit, siding with the many so as to pervert justice. Nor shall you be partial to a poor man in his lawsuit. Right, so in verse 1, where it states that not spreading a false report, part of the Decalogue, 10 words, not bear false witness. So this is now what we are back to here, right? That more detailed explanation of what was mentioned in the Decalogue. Yes, you should not bear false witness. Right, that is how it's stated. It's not about lying, it's a court case. Remember, the Decalogue was given not it was a state building, nation building set of laws. Right? We see it as often as just a individualistic kind of thing, as just for you, but it's a nationwide, because this is how the nation, and understand individuals in nation, but it's a social culture, how they ought to act. So lying, bearing false witness, so it's like a court case. I mean, bearing false witness, that means lying in a court. Okay. But I mean, it can be as well at the same time gossip. Okay, because when you're gossiping, you're bearing false witness. Romans chapter 1, Paul adds that, or he speaks about it. So don't bear false witness when you're in a law case, because that's not the right thing to do. You're going to, people are lynched. People die. If in Pakistan or in India, I read about this in the BBC about this person whom they said that he had beef, I mean, I'm not going to go into this. It's a court case, so I'm going, well, kind of not, I'm not going anymore. Whichever way, but there were spread rumors that went, they killed the person. He was guilty or not guilty, but it happened. The same thing that happened there in Pakistan. A woman was said to have, was blasphemed against Allah, and she was put in prison and put on death row, kind of idea, because maybe they have something that you want, so they spread, or people just they hate this person for some other reason, and then they spread lies, and then the mob comes and needs them, and your problem is solved. So I see the danger of that when you bear false witness, when you gossip about, when you lie about what other people have done or not done. And then the question is, okay, so who is the guilty party here? And then there's blood feuds and all of these things. It creates havoc in society, ultimately. Therefore, these things are not supposed to be done. In other words, taking the law in your own hands kind of idea. Batman. So, joining hands with a wicked man to be a malicious witness. So this can have a few meanings here. Like, for example, a malicious, or somebody did something. Some other guy did steal or did kill someone. Okay, here's a monkey coming to check what I'm doing now. Monkeys, actually. Well, you can't see them, just over there. But I mean, right now, I've in lots of places belongs monkeys. So I see how the Indian monkeys are. They leave me alone as well. Anyhow, and so... if this person maybe did something wrong, and then he comes and like, join hands with me, it's a family member, for example, and say, I didn't do it. Then we have two witnesses, or get another family, like two witnesses. If two witnesses say one thing, then you are not guilty, right? So you are, because it's a family member, because it's a friend or something, who did it, and you kind of know it, but now you join hands with him to get him off the hook. Or it's a person who wants to have someone another person, one of his enemies, or someone he hates or wants to get rid of, told us if he did something wrong. So he comes to you and say, say that guy is the one who stole it, and then I will say the same thing. Two witnesses, and what happens? two witnesses, two witnesses taken, and that then guy is guilty. See, so it's a malicious guy. He basically, family member, whoever, somebody is doing the wrong thing. Well, he's called malicious. Why? Because he is forcing you to bear false witness. And you're not supposed to bear false witness. So it's like the devil here kind of idea in the situation. So no, must not join hands with him. Okay, so another thing is, in verse 2, and I'll just quickly read again, you shall not fall in with Exodus chapter 23, verse 2. You shall not fall in with the many to do evil, nor shall you bear witness in a lawsuit, siding with the many so as to pervert justice. So, right, here's the other problem. The majority says. The majority votes for, like I say, sometimes democracy is like the bullying of by the majority of the minority, kind of, or it's the yeah. Well, I guess someone there needs to be some bullying that's correct. Yeah, I mean, but at least like was it Churchill who said that democracy is not good, but at least the best of the bunch, kind of idea, right? I mean, something in that connection. Or like that kind of a meaning. It's like it's not a perfect system, but it is better than those other systems out there. Yeah, sure. No human system is ultimately perfect. Only God as king, a kingdom system where God is a king, can be perfect. But then under that, we've seen how we under him as a church destroyed and killed so many other people as well, and just kind of under the name of God. Not right. Anyhow, so the many say, do this. The many say, this happened. And the many, and the majority, for example, they say this happened. And you just, because they say, therefore I agree, kind of idea. We all saw him do it, but you saw him not do it. We saw him steal the ox. Got the whole family together, right? One family member, and you get stole the ox, and then you get a whole family of 50, 60, 70 people together and say, oh no, we saw him not doing it. He didn't do it. It was somebody else. He didn't do it. But you saw it. You are in that family. And now what do? Do you go against your family or against the many and say, oh, sorry people, but I did see him. He did steal, and all of you just in, right? Yeah. Introduction, I spoke as well about this. So no, don't follow the many. Don't be like a sheep, right? So many Christians, and I'm really lots of these. I mean, I'm making this my motivation is more. This is for Christians, right? To show them about to show us how far we have left the Word of God, right? We just follow the many. Our pastor said, therefore. Our denomination said, therefore. This whole denomination now all of a sudden called a man a girl, and now therefore I need to call the girl as well. I can't stand up against it because they're all set like this, and then I lose my church, and where do I go to, and all those kinds of stuff. No, you must not be like that. The many must not dictate. You need to learn to, like the Bereans, BCM, Berean Church, Myanmar, Marina. You need to know the truth so you can, and not just knowing it, but then be willing to stand up for it. To, lo and behold, maybe even die for it. Okay? Don't just go with the many just because it might cost you money if you go against them, or it might even cost you your life if you go against them. You might be ostracized from society if you go against them. We need to learn to do the right thing, even if it means that we'll be ostracized, laughed at, ridiculed, killed. Don't follow the many. This is what this verse says. You don't go into this lawsuit and just say, oh yeah, because everybody, then therefore I as well. No, you don't bear false witness. You don't follow the many. You must not be influenced by them. Because if you do, and what you saw contradicts what they're saying, then you are perverting justice. Simple. And yeah, and there's so many justice systems. Every country has kind of a justice system, but oh, why is it that those standing up against the state are always guilty, even if they haven't done anything? But they always find something to in the court system to make them guilty. So few countries where the court system really independent and really looking for the truth, but it's just being used by so many as a tool to get back at their people that hate political opponents or financial opponents or whatever.